My name is Derek T. Billups Sr., and I'm president of the Foundation for Financial Fitness Incorporated and also president of Financial Fitness 365. What we do is we work with individuals, families, and the youth in educating them. I'm a financial educator. I've been in this business, the insurance and financial service business, for over 30 years. Prior to that, I was a high school teacher and coach. So it's all about educating people, and that's what we do, building brighter futures through education. That's what we do. Well, the funny thing is, I've always wanted to own my own business. So when I went to school, started to become a teacher, obviously studied to be a teacher, and when I became a teacher, I knew that wasn't something I was going to continue to do. However, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I met a young man while I was teaching. He was in the insurance and financial service business, rather sharp, good-looking young man, and he was just, he impressed me. He impressed me with his history. He was a former teacher, and he was just very successful. Talked to him about the business, some of the things I could do, how I could become a little more successful, things I wanted to do, and how I wanted to impact and still help people, yet still educate people, and that was the key. So he motivated me, inspired me, and so I got involved in this business. Well, that's actually a great question because I'm not a writer, so that wasn't my intent. Again, I'm an educator, but I'm not a writer. And every time I would do a workshop or a class or something of that nature, people would ask me, do you have any more information, something to leave with me, something I could buy? And of course, I would always say no. So at that point, I said, maybe I need to do something. I need to bring something together. And then I thought about writing a book. Now, I didn't know how to write a book. I'm a novice, so the whole concept was, what do I need to do? And then as an educator, you learn to search and find. And that's what I did. I went on Google. I got all the information I needed to get in terms of how to put the book together, how to format it, what I wanted to do. And of course, I had the information. I wrote my first book 5 years ago. So I was already in the business for over 25 years. So I had all the information already. So it was no more than just putting things together, bringing it together, formatting it, and just deciding what I wanted to do. So that was how I started to bring things together. So it was great. It was great bringing it together, having the information, and then being able to, again, continue to educate. And of course, the book, now when people purchase the book or give it away, whatever the case may be, now I can leave that with someone. And so now my information is always there with them. So that's how I came up with the book situation. Well, there's three things, because my book and my information, and let me go, my topic is different from most. And a lot of times what you find people will want to run away from my topic, particularly if I'm at a book signing or book fair or something of that nature. And there's three things I try to do. Well, I don't try to do, there's three things I do. First, I want to get their interest. If I can get their interest in the book, usually by the title or topic or something of that nature, then once I get their interest, I want them now to be informed. And once they become informed, then they're engaged. And engagement means that now they'll apply the information that they receive. But first, I got to get their interest. So if they see my name in the book, see the name of the book, maybe that'll draw them to the book. Now they start, kind of piecing through it, trying to get the information, looking at the information. Once they get the information, now I want to engage them, which in terms, after that means for them now to take the book, read the book, get the information, then apply it to their lives. So those are the three things. And again, as I said earlier, my slogan is building brighter futures through education. So it's always educating people. And of course, if I can inform them, if I can get them interested, and then they'll become engaged. And at that point, then they'll take it from there. Well, again, I was born and raised in Philadelphia, went to school, decided to be a teacher, started teaching, never taught in the Philadelphia area, taught right into Virginia, went right to Virginia, taught in two parts of Virginia, Suffolk, Virginia area, and then right outside of D.C., Arlington, and Alexandria. Started teaching, coaching, high school football, track, tennis. I'm an avid tennis player. I still coach tennis now. The Arthur Ashe Foundation, been doing that for a lot of years. So I just started teaching and coaching. Found that I love teaching, love coaching, love helping, love educating, and so that's what I do. It's that old saying is, you are or you do what you are. And that's what I am. I'm an educator, so that's what I do. No matter what I'm doing, individually, families, youth, I'm educating people. Whether it's sports, whether it's finance, whether it's academics, I'm always educating people. And that's what I consistently and constantly love to do. And that's who I am. I'm an educator. The series first is PIMP. P-I-M-P. People interested in monetary prosperity. And that's what it's all about. Now I know, when we think of the word pimp, what we do, we go to negative. But that's why, and I decide, as a Christian man, I'm thinking, should I do that? And it was like, do it. It was just on me, just go ahead and put it down and do it. And what it did, if you remember what I talked about earlier, getting people interested. That's what that does. People see PIMP and they automatically ask what that's about, and then that gets the interest. And changing your condition, not your position, is all about condition being a state of mind. Position is a physical state. And we will always want you to change. If I stand up right now, physically, I've changed my physical state. But I can sit back down. If I get tired, I can stand up. If my feet hurt, I move my feet. That's physical. Condition is a state of mind. We want you to change your state of mind. So changing your condition, not your position, is the key from a financial standpoint. Because physically, you can always move from side to side. Eventually, you're still going to get tired or uncomfortable. What we want you to do is change your condition. That condition is a state of mind, how you approach things, how you approach your finance, how do you move in the direction that you really want to be. What can we do to help you with your everyday, every week, every month, every year financial goals and meeting them? So that's what changing your condition, not your position, is all about. Well, a key word is yourself. Because in order for us to help other people and help our communities, we first have to help ourselves. Because again, once we get ourselves, in the old saying back in the day, getting your ducks in a row. You get your ducks in a row first, then it makes it easier for you to help other people. Because other people in your community, and the community is made up nothing more than people. So as you're helping these people, helping our people, what you need to do first is make sure your ducks in a row. If your ducks in a row, people see that. They see what you're doing. Yeah, of course, they may see the car you drive or the home you live in or something of that nature. And those things are, they're not tangible. Well, they are tangible in the sense that if it's there, you have it. But people want to see your lifestyle. People want to see who you are, and they want to see what you're doing, because then they follow that. And that's what we want to do. We want you to get your ducks in a row. And financially, when you get your ducks in a row, when you work on setting goals and having goals and achieving those goals, then what happens is you can then move on and help the other people in the community, help them to understand what they need to do, how they need to do it, and then get some success. And once they start receiving success, then they continue to move forward. And success is a motivator. Success is a strong motivator, and as it's motivating you, then you want to do more. You want to become more successful, and you want to help. Then you want to help people, because when you're successful, you want to share that. Even if your motives are wrong, you still want to help people and show people, because then the spotlight shines back on you. But again, the more successful you are, the more we believe, the more you want to help people, and that's what we do. Are you making a living or making a life? Again, when I went to the second book, again, the title just comes to me, and they come to me, and what happens is, are you making a living or making a life? A living, anyone can make a living. The man or woman on the street is making a living. The man or woman that comes to your car and asks for money, they're making a living. They're living under the bridge, they're under the bridge, they're living. They're getting up every morning. They may not be living the way we want to live, but they're making a living. A life is all about the quality. Okay, the quality of life. Okay, living is quantity, life is quality. And that's what we're all about, helping you to understand the difference between quality and quantity. And so that's what we want to do, making a living or making a life. And we want to help you focus on making a life for you and your family. And then you can move that life to helping other people in your community so that they can move from making a living to making a life. And that's what it's all about. They are definitely self-published. Definitely self-published. And as I said earlier, I'm not a writer. I didn't set out to be a writer. I just woke up and said, this is what I need to do. Again, based on the information that and the interest that people were giving me when I do the workshops and classes and conferences and things of that nature, people started asking, do you have anything? And of course, as a businessman, you want to say, well, that's, for lack of a better word, that's money walking out the door. So obviously you don't want to do that. But more importantly, if you're educating people, you want to leave them with something. You want to enhance their lives. And sometimes they don't get everything from that workshop or class or conference. So how do you still impact their lives when you're not there? So you can impact it by social media, some of the things you do. You can impact it by your website. You can impact it by other things that you're doing that maybe they can follow. But also, a book allows them to have it. And that is tangible. They can carry it with them because they're both very proactive. There's worksheets in the back, budgets, things of that nature they can use, and they're very small. Women can put it in their purse, men can put it in their pants. Well, maybe not some of the young men with the tight pants, but they can put it in their pants. They can carry it with them. And so now what happens is now that book becomes very proactive. It becomes something that you can use, something you can carry with you if you go to another workshop, whether it be a financial workshop or not. Because I'm not saying to you the things that I have, the information I give, is the end of all. It's the beginning. It's a blueprint. It's something that will help you build that financial foundation. And that's all it is. It's something that will help you move from one level to the next. And after you finish with me, maybe you move on to someone else that can give you maybe information that I couldn't give you. So it's not the end of all, but what my books does is it helps you to move in the right direction, help you to build brighter futures through education. And that's what I do. I educate you through these books. And if for some reason once you get what you can get from me, then you move on to someone else or something else that will help you fulfill what you need. Well, my workshops are all designed, again, and I hate to be redundant, but they're all designed to educate people. And one of the things that I do is I play games. And again, if you remember, I talked about getting people interested. Once I get them interested, okay, then I can engage them. When I engage them, then they receive the information more readily. Okay, it's almost like being a cheerful giver. They then become cheerful receivers. So I got to engage them. I get them interested in it, whether they're laughing, no matter what we're doing. We're playing games, whether it's Family Feud, anything that's going to help them to become comfortable, because this is usually not a topic. And we talk about all kinds of them. We go from product specific, whether it be life insurance, to budgeting, to money management, to retirement planning, to college planning. All of these topics are topics that I talk about in my workshops or in my classes. And then if there's more information needed, then I bring on some of my professional friends, those who can give you more information, maybe a little more in depth, something that maybe I maybe can't do. So that's what's important for me in these workshops, is to educate people. And a lot of times I have them bring questions, because a lot of times what happens is when we give our workshops, we're sometimes focused on what we do as opposed to what our participants need. So one of the things I like to do is have them bring questions. They bring questions, they ask me the questions. Again, if I can't answer it, I'll tell them right then and there, I can't answer your question, but I'll get the answers for you. And that's what we do. And one of the things I did was I established Financial Fitness 365. Financial Fitness 365 is an addition to the foundation for financial fitness. And what we do is we bring together people who want to join in their membership. Once they join, they'll get financial fitness tips every week. They'll see some of our websites, some of our information, some of our videos, our webinars, web conferences. All of this they do is becoming members of Financial Fitness 365. And then when we give them the tips, they're financial fitness tips every week. Just tips that they can help them move through the week. Then we have some videos, product-specific videos. Again, it may be on life insurance. It may be on retirement planning, college planning, things of that nature, credit repairs, just all kinds of topics that we believe that will help them meet their every day, every week, every month, every year financial goals. That's what we do. So again, it's all about bringing together through those workshops, through those conferences, and through those classes, educating people so they can, again, move and ultimately meet their financial goals. That's what we do. Absolutely. However, I'm about helping people build a firm financial foundation. That's what I'm about. So no matter who's in office, no matter what the situation is, the current financial state is, no matter what the weather is, if your house is on a firm foundation, no matter what the weather is, unless it's just a tropical storm or the worst hurricane or the worst earthquake in history, if your house is on a firm foundation, then it can withstand the rough weather, the rough seas, the rough everything. So if you have a firm financial foundation, regardless who's in office, regardless of the financial situation, the time, you're in a situation where you can withstand the bad. You can withstand the good. You can benefit from the good and withstand the bad. So that's what we focus on. We focus on helping you build a firm financial foundation. So no matter who's in office, no matter what the situation is, you have a foundation that will allow you to withstand any situation that comes your way. That's what we focus on. So I don't spend a lot of time worrying about who's in office or who's not in office, what we believe they can or cannot do for us. What we work on is helping you build that firm financial foundation, building a financial team. If you build a financial team of professionals that can help you as you move along, and you don't need them all at the same time, but what happens is when you build a financial team, that financial team will help you weather any storm regardless. And that's what we do. And I'm not plugging anything. I'm just saying that's what we do with the Foundation for Financial Fitness Incorporated. We help you build that firm financial foundation that allows you to withstand any of those bad times, those ups and downs, because they will happen regardless of who is in office. And so by doing that and having a financial team that can help you, when you need a financial advisor, he or she is there. When you need a mortgage lender, he or she is there. When you need a credit specialist, he or she is there. When you need a retirement specialist, they're there. When you need a college planner, they're there. You don't need them all at the same time. A young couple doesn't need a retirement specialist at the same time someone is preparing to retire. They need them, but they don't need them at the same time. Okay? You may need a life insurance agent, but you don't need them at the same time, or you don't need them in the same manner and in the same way. A young couple that's trying to purchase their first home doesn't need a real estate agent at the same time that someone is now trying to transition out of their home and maybe moving into a retirement home or something. So you need real estate agents, but you don't need them at the same time in the same way. So that's why you build your team. By building your team allows you to help you withstand any of those situations, and they're professionals, and those professionals can help you withstand that, because we don't know everything and you don't know everything. Oh, I'm sure there's a book I haven't written. I'm positive there's a book I haven't written, and if I was prophetic, I could be able to tell you which book it was, but I'm not prophetic. So, but I do know that there's a book I haven't written, and there's another book coming up, but I'm always receiving, I guess supernaturally, I'm always receiving the new topic, the new title, because the information is still there. And again, you don't do something for 30 years, and you shouldn't do something for over 30 years and not have a wealth of information. And so I do have a wealth of information that I want to continue to pour out to people each and every day, each and every year. And so it's up to me now to figure out a way, how do I then transform that from me to a book so that people can read it and understand it and then, of course, use it. The books don't mean anything to anybody if they don't implement them in their lives. That information is nothing if they don't take the information, read it, and implement it. Some people are more advanced. Some people don't need what I have. So again, I mentioned that earlier. I don't have all the information for everybody. My information is for some people, not for all people. And once you take it, you get out of it what you can, then you move on, and then you give it to someone else. Or you get some other information from some other people. That's what you do. Well, again, first thing I would say to you is that we need to meet. Okay, that's the real question. I mean, that's really, I'm going to answer your question, but we would need to meet, because you're asking, you're going to need some direction, some individual instruction, some individual direction. But in generality, what I can say to you is, what I would say to you is, okay, these professionals, because what happens a lot of times, people start to ask, and they ask me this question all the time. Well, if I want to talk to a professional, I don't want to call them up because I know they're going to charge me and things of that nature. Well, yeah, well, workman's worthy of his hiring. He or she is supposed to get paid. But the reality of the matter, most professionals work on commission. So what happens is they can't get paid commission unless they have clients. So they're going to need you. They're going to need your business. So one of the things you can do is you can call me up and say, Mr. Billups, I'm just using me as an example. Mr. Billups, I'm looking to have an insurance agent or financial advisor. I don't need you right now, but I need to make sure that once I need a life insurance agent or once I need a financial advisor, can I call you and talk with you? And then we can meet and then we can talk about your fees and so forth. But right now, I need to have someone on my list that I can have. You know what I'm going to say to you? Absolutely. Please put me down. Please put me on your list, because that's what I need. I need to be on everyone's list, because eventually someone's going to call me. Like I said, everyone's not going to need me at the same time. But if I've got 20, 100, 125, 200 people that I'm on their list, you can rest assured 10 or 15 or 20 are going to call me that year, and I'll be able to help them. So that's what you want to do. Don't be afraid to call people, maybe, and get a name, a list from your friends, relatives, family, people that you know, they're great resources to say, well, who do you have as an attorney? Who do you have as a mortgage lender? Who do you have as a college planner? Who do you have as a life insurance agent? They can tell you. Maybe they don't have it, then you go to someone else. But you can pull that team together and they can help you. Remember, I said this earlier. You build that financial team that will help you. That's why if you have a firm financial foundation, those people will help you with that question. Those people will help you move in the direction you need to move in so that you don't have all that trouble. You don't have all this trouble. But again, you would probably have to come to me. We sit down, we talk, we bring it together, and then we help you move in the right direction. Well, I have always, you can always go to my website and that will have a calendar. I don't have it in my head, but we always have things going on through my website. You can go to my website and look at that. That will help you to keep up with what I'm doing. But I do something that's awesome right now. And we're getting ready to put together a summer. We were putting together, and I'll get the dates out to you, but we're putting together a summer series. And that's my finance, fitness, and health seminar. So it's about finance. Obviously, that's me. Fitness, we have certified trainers. And then our health, we have a doctor of naturopath. So these people, I bring this group of people together. And we do an hour of finance, an hour of fitness, actual fitness. So when you come to this workshop, you have your sneakers on, you have your shorts on, you're ready to go. And then we have a doctor come in and he talks about eating healthy, eating right, the type of things you should do. So that's one of the things I'm ecstatic and excited about that because I've always wanted to bring together those three things: finance, fitness, and health. So look out for that because that's something that's going, and it's going to be all over, not just in the Philadelphia area, but we're going to be doing some things all over. So you can go to my website, and then once you go to my website, that'll allow you to see some of the things we're doing, look at my schedule, my calendar, and some of the activities we're doing, and also other things. Well, you can definitely get my books. I would prefer that you get my books. Now, my books are listed on Amazon digitally, Barnes and Noble, so you can, if you like the digital books, you can go on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles and get the book. But if you want a hard copy of the book, I would suggest that you go to my website, www.f4ff.net, and then, of course, purchase the book through me, and of course, then you'll get a gift and you'll get a signed autograph for the book. So I would prefer that you go that direction. But depending on how you like it, if you want a digital book, you like to put it on your devices and things of that nature, then get it any way you want. I love the support. Any way you want to support me, I accept it and I appreciate it and I love it. Of course, but you can find me on social media. Again, my website is www.f4ff.net or www.financialfitness365.com. Both of those are my websites. Okay. Also, you obviously can reach me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Derek T. Billups Sr., or the Foundation for Financial Fitness Incorporated. Just put it in, you'll find me. And you have to put senior because I do have a son who's Derek Billups. So you can do that, find me, and join us and follow me. I would love to follow. I would love you following me because then at that point, you will then get an opportunity to see some of the things that we're doing and how we're doing it, and we can really bring things together. Again, here are both my books, Changing Your Condition, Not Your Position, and Are You Making a Living or Making a Life? Want to do that? Also, a couple quick things. One, please download our mobile apps, both on Android and iPhone. Financial Fitness 365, download them. They're free. Download our mobile apps. Again, Financial Fitness 365, both on Android and iPhones. Also, Financial Fitness 365. Join Financial Fitness 365. Now, it's $36.50 a year, once a year. But if you join our organization, again, you'll get a wealth of information. You'll continue to receive the information. You'll be a part of our group. By being a part of our group, like I said earlier, you'll get the financial fitness tips a week. You'll be able to join our question and answer session, our webinars, webcasts. I mean, you'll be able to get a wealth of information. You'll also hear some of the interviews and see some of the interviews with my financial professionals, real estate agents, mortgage lenders, credit specialists, attorneys, financial advisors, all of these people that can help you meet your every day, every week, every month, every year financial goals. So I'm looking forward to you joining us. I'm just ecstatic about the things that we're doing. And so if you get an opportunity, don't hesitate to join us. Again, www.f4ff.net, www.financialfitness365.com. Again, our mobile apps, Financial Fitness 365, both on Android and iPhones. Don't hesitate to do that. Don't hesitate to join us and support us.